Hello, hello, welcome back to another anime art video. My name is Dennis and I'm a beginner artist, and in today's video I'm going to be drawing Uryu Ushida. Yeah, Orihime got that name stuck in my head. Weirdly enough, this episode, Ichigo was walking around saying a bunch of names that didn't even start with any of the letters that are in Uryu's name. He was saying like Kurt Simpson? And then she's like, Uryu Ushida? Like, it was like weird. He was saying outrageous names that weren't even in the same spectrum of Uryu's name. And she just walks up behind him and is like, oh, Uryu Ushida? And he's like, yeah, yeah, that name. That's funny. And then he's like, it's a cool name. Sometimes I just no. She said it's a cool name. Sometimes I just say it when I'm alone. I'm like, what? Like, how, how weird would that be? So, how weird would that be when you meet somebody? You're like, oh, that's a cool name, right? I'm not saying that's weird, but like it's weird telling somebody that you do that, right? Cause like I've done that before, where like I'm like, oh, that's a cool name. And then you like start playing around with the thought of the name and like how it would come roll off the tongue, right? Um, but she's like, "Oh, well, sometimes when I'm alone, I just say the name." And that's more weird because like she doesn't like directly talk to him like that, right? So, as far as she's concerned, he's just a random and she knows his name. So when she's alone, sometimes she's just like, Udi Ushida. Like what? They're like, why so random? But yeah, I'm drawing Uryu. This was the first time we see him in, well, not the first time we see him. We saw him like 2 episodes ago, I think. They showed him for a second, but this is the actual us meeting him. And we see that he has a problem with Soul Reapers, and we get the little bit of the backstory on that. And yeah, Uryu shows his asserts his dominance over Ichigo by saying that he's better and he wants to challenge him to a competition or whatever. And Soul Reaper spawns. He shoots it down immediately. Okay, generally based on the facts, okay, a sword versus a bow. If your opponent, depending on who your opponent is, right? Like, let's say it was modern day, a bow has a better chance in a sneak attack than in a head on, right? In a one-on-one situation, you're not winning with a bow, but in a general free for all, the bow has a better chance of finishing off more targets than the sword does. But it also depends on how good you are with your sword that can close the gap in between a sword and a bow. Okay, so with a bow, you can sit and you can take out. Let's say you the whole battlefield is surprised, right? They don't know that you're there. They don't know the bowman is even taking part in this battle. So everybody is using swords. Everybody has their own opponent. You have a better chance of picking off multiple people in silence than a swordsman does finishing his opponent and then trying to find somebody else to fight, right? It's not about trying to find somebody else. Yeah, you can cut somebody down or cut them in the back, but once you do that, you now have to take on the person that they were just fighting head on, okay? So you can't just leave from that situation. Whereas somebody like Uryu, if there's 5 battles going on, each one of those individuals is fighting somebody that's 10 people right there, you can take out, let's say, uh, all 5. You could take out 5 from each battle. You could take out 1 from each battle, which equals 5 because there's 10, right? But the swordsman, after you finish your opponent, that's 1, and then you go to another battle, you cut 1 down, you cut like somebody down surprise, that's quick, right? That's 2, and then you have to take on the third one. because he's not just going to let you go, just cut his opponent down and then leave him standing there, right? So now you're at most you got three in the amount of time it took him to get five. So in a battle like that, bows stand a better chance. But let's say you're an amazing swordsman, right? You still have to beat somebody and then maneuver throughout the battlefield. And depending on how good you are at that, because we know Quincy's have a version of the Flash Step and Soul Reapers have Flash Step, right? Soul Reapers have to run further to get to their target than Quincy does. So it depends on what you're getting because uh, in the series, Ichigo can definitely mollywop like 30 guys in a battle fairly quickly, but in the series, Uryu could probably do the same thing. I don't know if he can do it quicker though, because that's a tough one. Because now the sword slashes end up or sword swipes uh end up becoming a prominent factor in that battle as well. It's a tough one in a free for all giant battle. Bowmen, I think, have the upper hand. Especially, it depends on how much power you can put into each shot. If you can't put enough power, then you don't stand a chance. But if you're sufficient in what you do, if you're Uryu and you're later, then I think that you actually do stand a chance uh, at beating a Soul Reaper in a battle of numbers. But in a one-on-one fight, swordsman got the upper hand 100% of the time. So yeah, let's get into this.
Never reminded, never taking whatever you told me. I know what I could be. Making emotion paintable and so tell me, is this what you made me? minded, never taking whatever you told me. I know what I could be, making emotion paintable and so tell me, is this what you made me?
All right, I am finished with this picture of Uryu Ushida. I'm not going to remember that by the next time I end up drawing him, unless somebody ends up saying it in the episode. But anyway, I think this picture came out all right. I think the glasses could have been a little bit better, but I like the eyes at least. I like that portion the best. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you liked it, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you didn't. Let me know what I can do in the comment section just to make it better for you to watch next time. The glove is off. Peace, love. Thanks for watching.